What's up, Brooks Wilcox?
What's up, Forrest?
Is now a good time to ask you 73 rapid fire questions?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, what are you up to?
Right now, I'm trying to pick out which Hawaiian shirt I wear for kayaking.
Definitely the blue pineapple.
Blue pineapple? Solid choice, solid choice. I think I'm gonna stick with what I got on right now. A little bit more functional.
Okay. Is that your go-to kayaking hat?
This is my fun in the sun hat. So I'm gonna go to something a little bit more functional for kayaking.
All right. What is keeping you busy these days?
What's keeping me busy these days is definitely real estate and impending fatherhood for sure.
What is the most exciting thing in your life right now?
Definitely the fact that my wife and I are gonna have our first kid at the end of the month.
What are you completely bored of right now?
TV.
What is your favorite restaurant?
Favorite restaurant has got to be Little Traverse Inn here in Leelanau County.
What's something that recently moved you?
What recently moved me was the Glover U conference that our team went to recently.
What's the best part of your job?
Best part of my job is helping my clients find their dream home.
What is the best part of being on the Brick Corbett team?
Best part of being on the Brick Corbett team has got to be that I am surrounded by other awesome agents that constantly challenge me to make myself better for my clients every single day.
What is Brooks Wilcox's superpower?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with being able to keep my composure. I think I stay calm when most people can't.
What skill are you working on right now?
This is it. Marketing yourself. I'm not really good at talking about myself.
What advice would you give someone looking to get into real estate?
I would say make sure that you're comfortable being uncomfortable and that you always put your clients' needs before yourself.
What is your favorite time of the day?
Favorite time of the day is definitely early morning.
What's something that people probably don't know about you?
I actually used to be a park ranger.
All right, you're in your element here.
Absolutely.
What are words to live by?
We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is a daily habit.
All right, coffee or tea?
Coffee in the AM, tea in the PM.
City or country?
Well, you look around. Tell me what you think.
Fair enough. New or vintage?
Vintage.
What advice would you give someone who's looking to buy a home for the first time?
For first-time home buyers, I'd say try to remain as analytical as you can when you're looking at homes and make sure you ask the agent every single question that you can possibly think of, and then a couple more.
Where do you find a really good real estate agent?
You find really good real estate agents in the office in the early morning working on their skills.
Who is the last person that you texted?
It's gotta be the wife, of course.
What is Brooks Wilcox's biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve, you're gonna love this. When people FaceTime in public, like at a restaurant or an airport lounge or something like that, it just gets me.
Oh, it's the worst. What do you value most in a friend?
Honesty and integrity.
What is your greatest extravagance?
My greatest extravagance is going out to a nice restaurant to have a really nice meal with a nice bottle of wine with my wife, which is not pregnant, of course, and it's worth every penny.
What are you currently obsessed with?
Currently obsessed with trying to learn more about real estate.
All right, what is the most interesting thing you've learned in life recently?
Recently, it would have to be that I learned that lobsters live in a hierarchical system.
I have to ask Brooks, when did you learn this?
This was like a week and a half ago.
What was your New Year's resolution?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you.
Saturday nights or Sunday mornings?
Definitely in that Sunday morning phase of life.
What is the best gift that you've ever received?
Best gift I ever received was a pair of cowboy boots that my wife gave me on our wedding day to wear with my suit.
Most adventurous thing you've ever done? Go.
Most adventurous thing I've ever done was a 10-day whitewater rafting trip down the Colorado River.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book is Band of Brothers by Stephen Ambrose.
What's the most impactful book that you've ever read?
The most impactful book I've ever read is probably Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad.
What are you reading right now?
Right now, I'm reading a lot of baby books.
What's something that you're surprisingly good at?
I'm surprisingly good at making breakfast, specifically biscuits and gravy.
What's something that people call you that's not actually your name?
It's pretty close. They always call me Brooksy. Just kind of stuck, and that's what it is.
What's something that Brooks does that he probably shouldn't?
I drive too fast, I'll be honest.
What is your most prized possession?
My most prized possession has got to be my truck.
All right, your work bag, what's inside?
Work bag, laptop, plenty of notes, and of course a lint roller, because you never know where you're gonna have to roll some lint. I'm gonna get ready to hop in this boat. Coming along?
I guess, can you hold this though?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, be careful, be careful.
Am I doing this right?
You're doing great.
What do I do with my hands?
All right, I'm gonna keep asking questions though.
All right, let's do it.
What's a phrase that you use too much?
That I use too much was probably, that's sick, bro.
What is the most Midwest thing about you?
The most Midwest thing about me is the fact that I'll hold the door open for someone who's on the other side of the parking lot, forcing them to rush to the door when they weren't gonna do that.
What is your dream vacation destination?
Ooh, it's a good one. I'm gonna have to say Icaria, Greece.
If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Probably Socrates or Aristotle, just because I think they might have a couple nuggets of wisdom left for me.
What's a talent that you wish you had?
Talent that I wish I had was that I could sing. I always liked doing karaoke, but couldn't carry a tune in a bucket.
If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be and why?
Would have to be working on cars. Would love to be able to not have to take my truck into the auto shop ever again.
What's the last book that you read that you couldn't put down?
Last book that I read that I couldn't put down was one called The Warrior Poet.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Pizza.
If you could live in any era, past or future, which would you choose and why?
Probably be ancient Greece, just because, you know, birthplace of Western civilization and all.
What's your favorite way to unwind after a long weekend?
Coming out here to the beach and hang out with my wife and dog.
What's a movie you could watch over and over again?
It would be Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Big Lord of the Rings nerd here.
If you could have any animal, real or imaginary, as a pet, what would you choose?
The Chesapeake Bay Retriever, because our dog Murph is the perfect blend for me and my wife.
What's your favorite holiday and why?
Favorite holiday is definitely Thanksgiving, and that's because of the food and the leftover food.
All right, you can switch lives with anyone for one day. What would you do?
I'd probably switch lives with Bear Grylls and go on some gnarly adventure.
What's a cause or charity that you're passionate about?
Definitely Veterans Affairs.
Best concert or live performance that you've ever attended?
Best concert would be seeing the Frankenmuth Hometown Boys, Greta Van Fleet, at Red Rocks Amphitheater in Morrison, Colorado.
All right, you could have any superpower. What would you have and how would you use it?
My superpower would definitely be flight. And I feel like that one's a little self-explanatory.
What's your favorite childhood memory?
My favorite childhood memory, it's gotta be waking up early before school and going water skiing with my mom.
What's one thing that you're really proud of?
The fact that my wife and I are about to become parents together.
What's a hobby that you'd like to pick up but you haven't yet?
Playing chess.
What's your favorite compliment that you've ever received about yourself?
That I'm a good friend from someone I love and respect.
What's your favorite type of music?
Country music, because when does it ever not sound good on a boat?
What's your favorite season?
Fall. Cooler weather, colors, apple cider, and deer season.
All right, Brooks, 73rd question, and I have to ask, have you ever flipped this kayak over?
Well, let's find out.